Welcome, guys. Sunday. Finally, lazy Sunday technically for me. But we are getting there. Almost end of August. And they're gonna be a quite interesting next 2 weeks. Especially this week. Close. That's gonna be the interest one. But I'm kind of aiming for to look out and see which direction we might trade. And then from the next week, we might know a little bit more. We start to turn around. Technically, if you look right now on long and short ratio, the shorts are coming in. That's good for potential to go higher. I hope it's going to stay. We're not going to flip-flop anymore like we used to do through the week. Right now, we need to significant increase in the shorts. That's going to be all good. After that, I'm not really caring that much on the information or on the side. What we're getting, that's the most important for me, that the retail are shorting the shit out of it. So we still can do that one more bigger-ish movement up. So speaking about that, on max pain, I'm looking at only on the higher time frame, so that's going to be on the monthly. That's more reliable for me than the smaller and low time frames, if anyone is interested in that. We need to regain previous weekly. That means we need to be above 119, and liquidating all of the shorts or most of it as the max pain is about that area. So I'm aiming for that. If not, then we will go lower, of course, and we're gonna do some more damage to the lower side and see if we're gonna lose any kind of significant levels or not. About that a little bit later. So far, liquidity wise, there is some bigger pocket below us. We still can go a little bit higher to gain a little bit more on it. Is it significant? Not much. Of course, the lower downside is a bit more significant and a bit more appealing so far. And on the highest time frame, let it load a little bit. Yeah. On both sides, is it that kind of appealing? But still, if you want to go a little bit higher, we still need to regain that weekly, and that's around the 119-ish area. Yes, we still can go lower to 110 even. Another retest of the lows. If that's happening, are we gonna hold it? Not sure. Then I'm really aiming to go a little bit lower and seriously do some more damage to the downside, and then maybe gonna pick up. As for now, it's not really like hot market. It's more a little bit sideways and cooling off significant, and that's already showed from the all-time high. A lot of people took profit as well. Obviously, that's as well what they always do. So, talking about the RSI, the refresh, 4-hour neutral, not that appealing. 24 hours still. So we are a little bit on the side on everything, and technically we're gonna wait out for the new weekly open to see what how much liquidity is coming into the market and volume wise. So let's see. There are some potentials on the coins. They are already like picking up through the weekend. What I was kind of eyeballing it when I was away. So far, nothing significant, not much special happening. So just chilling, neutral zone. That I'll see some bullshit if that's gonna come. Maybe. So far, we are spiking a little bit up till 57-ish area. So we're coming back to the area that we've been as high as this season comes. So if it's gonna start to go above the 60, yeah, we might spike it up a little bit higher. We had that retrace, what I was been mentioning. Are we gonna have a bigger one? Not sure. So far, we still going higher. That's gonna be shown as well on the charts in a second. And on the bits, it's a little bit no man's territory. Why? There is not much a little bit around us, so a little bit higher-ish and lower-ish. So the area that we are not really want to go, but if we're gonna start to do some damage to the upside, I mean, it's a freeway. There is nothing above us on the higher bits. Lower-ish, like below 150, yeah, still same. A little bit more to the downside than to the upside, so it's kind of like a waiting zone right now. And see what people's gonna do and how massively they're gonna enter the market right now, if that's gonna be even appealing, just because we are literally on the all-time high session with Bitcoin. So time will tell. I'll put that on the side. Not really like to look at even. So just going by the whole metrics, run up the whole weekly and see what we're gonna have next week. So far, wicks fucking awesome. We broke the whole 14-ish level that I've been yapping around already for months. That's great. Going lower, that's what we want for the whole market. Even till this box, what I aimed at, the previous support. If we start to regain anything above 16, that's bad. We're gonna have a bigger retracement, and coming close to 19, that's gonna be a little bit problematic if the whole market start to reverse on us. But we don't want that. So I'm gonna set up some alerts somewhere around 16-ish area if we're gonna reach that above it. If not, we still can do bearish retests, of course, if that's possible, even on wicks, because I mean the whole structure is wishy-washy. I'm not really that keen on that one, but if you go by that, then that's what you want to see. If not, we want to open them up from tomorrow and then go straight lower. Everything below 40 is perfect. So let's see how that's gonna play out from tomorrow. That holderbot is still in a short sidewaysing. Technically, it didn't even close it yet. So, I mean, yeah. Let's see. You're kind of a still little bit in profit. Yeah, just by a small percentage. Not really keen on it. On the 1 hour, that's the positivity in it. We are into the band and grinding near the band. And there are a lot of order books below us. Really thick. That's a little bit as well helping me to be more positive about Bitcoin, to go a little bit higher. So far, if we're going to hold that, perfect. We seriously need to regain the weekly, a little bit above previous weekly even. Why? That's the highest weekly open what we need to regain. Anything else above it, I don't care. I seriously only care about 19.3 or 119.3. If we're not going to do that, then we might see some different scenarios upcoming. And we have first thing first on the all-time high order book. So right now, what I'm aiming for Bitcoin is a bearish retest and then the failure of it. So going by the market bundle, technically we are grinding around that point of control on 4 hours. So still some positivity in it. We are still holding the previous low what we settled on Friday. So if that's fine, we still can continue. We still can grab all of this 150x, what I'm kind of aiming. And technically, I seriously want to short the shit out of it for 122. Because if we're going to grind it to we're going to grind it all the way up till 122, I don't think we're going to pop it through that dead zone of liquidity over here. We're not gonna fill it up with some bigger liquidity on top of it and then take out this. This is not really appealing anymore to us. We did the all-time so many times already. It's fine. That 130, it can be stolen. We still can go lower for it right now and just put to the downside on Bitcoin. That doesn't mean the whole market need to. By all means, I just want that the Bitcoin is gonna decouple and alt start pick up together with ETH. That's what I'm aiming for. So technically, the alt season can be started. Also, that's gonna happening. So far, we are just holding the top side. That's why I just really want to take all this liquidity to the downside and break some stuff, so we can start even thinking about the bear market for Bitcoin, and the rest can run. That's my kind of takeaway on it. Still, large caps, as low as it can go. So if you start to turn around and regaining the stablecoins, then we might go higher. Also had a nice run on weekend, so that was really cool. I had some longs that I stepped in, and shitties of course as well. And we start to cool off. So technically the oscillators are aiming to go higher, so that's fine, that's good. But how high we're gonna go, then I'm seriously gonna talk about it in a second on the Bitcoin chart. I'm gonna point out some levels, and I want to point out a behavior of the next week, maybe, of Bitcoin. Flow index, really nice. As I've been mentioning, privacy coins, they popped. They've been as low as they can get, -77, and they start to pop. So there it is. If you took some risk on it, I've been mentioning, I'm not trading those ones. That's a little bit too wishy-washy for me, and I don't like how they behave. it's up to you if you want to take the risk. So there was the sign of it, and right now we are facing to go a little bit higher on the market, so that's good. DeFi start picking up, and exchanges, so that's seriously something special actually, because the exchange coins are quite hot lately, and I think you can see that as well on Eagles' stream with the BGB coin. So that's a Bitcoin coin that's doing quite okay, I guess, as a bot. And yeah, that one still quite nice, and smart contracts as well, quite high on the daily. So far on my side, on my portfolio, what I'm kind of aiming for to look out for it. ETH still on 57, great stuff. We didn't regain the all-time high, but we are going there eventually. Solana is still getting nice movements, and Injective, my favorite one. So there it is, and Hype, it's still chilling in the middle a little bit, so that's good. Then freaking dollar index, that can seriously go to even like below 94. So I'm aiming this whole big stupid pocket and even a little bit lower. So if that's gonna happening, we might see that bigger push on Bitcoin. If not, if we start to regain Q3 and start to turn around, then we start to change the structure on it, and maybe we're gonna go a little bit higher even to Q4. We'll see how that's gonna play out eventually. Filter 3, really nice. That was yeah, really nice. I'm wondering how the next week's gonna play out. If you're gonna see a little bit more higher movement, this is quite nice. So I like that. If we start to close anything bearish, then yeah, let's see if we're gonna fail the whole freaking February, but I don't think so. That's still gonna go either way higher. I like that play on it. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired weekend. And my favorite gold. Let's see how that's gonna be. That's gonna look from the next week. I seriously want to hold this Q3 either way, a little bit above August or something in this area, not failing any of those lows, because then we might either this is tested already, so I'm not sure if that's gonna even hold. Then you might aim again to Q2, and I don't really like that. It looks quite good over here when we start to regain some stuff, but now we start to push a little bit lower. Anyhow, overall, the CME gap's gonna be a small one this week. Not much gonna change on it, so I'm not really keen on that one. It's gonna be really interesting to see how that's gonna open up in 4 hours, 5-ish hours. So that's fine. And the dominance, we still aim to go to February, so that's good. I like that. If we start to drop a little bit lower, that's fine. Even yearly, still can go there, and then we might see some push up a little bit from same as we saw it over here. And if not, fucking dump the shit out of it. That's what I would like. Now, looking for Bitcoin, like I've been mentioning, we need to regain this freaking weekly level if we want to see any higher price movements on it. But still, if we might open up over here or below 119. So technically what I'm will see then it's gonna be open up over here somewhere, and then create a wick, right? We're still gonna go higher, and then that's gonna be the bearish retest on 122, and then we're gonna start failing, and of course we're gonna go lower on the next week if that's gonna happen, right? So that's gonna be a shitty close again or open for the weekly. Then we might see something like this happening, or either way we're gonna wick into that small liquidity over here, but I doubt it, just because there is that gap in between. Right, so that gap over here, I'm not sure we're gonna go through it. So the thing is, what I'm aiming for, going back, if that's gonna be possible, bearish retest of the swing, and then we start to fail, go lower on it. Fine, I'm not sure the shit out of it. That's all fine with me. If not, then we're gonna go straight and grab all of the juiciest liquidity below us. And then maybe we will see that Q3 happening as well. But that's gonna be hardcore for the market to see. It's gonna start to break that structure again. But hey, they need to be happening someday, I guess. So technically, that's the aim on Bitcoin for me, just to watch for today. Which direction? 119.9, 119.3. Yeah, that's literally what you really need to see. Or positive weekly open. If that's going to be a positive bullish open, right, above that, then yes, we might have the strength to push higher. Definitely 130, then that's going to be on the next level. But only if that's going to be positive. Why? Because twice, look, either way, like look what the previous weekly open as that. We went straight to the downside without even retesting the upside. If you look back on the history, right? So far, that's what I'm aiming for. We really need to have positive weekly open to have a bigger push higher. If not, still both things can happen, right? If you're gonna open, like I said, quick into it, bearish retest, come back, and then you're gonna start failing to August. Then we're gonna hold that next weekly open around here, another failure. That's gonna be the monthly open, and then you might even come lower, right? September attempts to be a little bit shittier month or quiet and whatever for Bitcoin overall, then that might be happen. And either way, depends as well how the week's gonna be open up right now. We still have 6 hours, 6.5 hours for it. So definitely there's gonna be a next 4-hour candle, and then yeah. So we might see some signs on the oscillator as well, or not. If we're gonna print another negative cash outflow, then yeah, that might direct you a little bit lower, because then the cash flow start to dial down on that one. Same as over here happened. So we might see some reversal in somehow. But that's just on Bitcoin. Doesn't mean that's gonna drag the whole market with us. I don't think so. Just because then ETH start to pick up. But that means but I'm kind of aiming for ETH. Still, all-time high didn't even been reached. So that's still potentially and kind of looking like it's building for. Why? Because still you have this pocket over here below you. And what you're doing right now, if you like to see that, then that's your freaking flag to pop, right? I think that ETH is preparing for it and it's gonna go for it. If not, if we're not gonna reach us that close as we left the all-time high, then that's done. There's not much to say about it, because then we definitely gonna go lower for a bigger retracement, and then you're gonna see yearly open. But I don't think we want that bigger retracement. I mean, technically, yeah, it still can happen, and it's still gonna be bullish as freak for ETH, no matter what, because that's gonna be the all-time high, all-time high time frame. That's not gonna be broken. So technically, yes, we can do that, but obviously, in normally the way, we don't want that, right? We want just the whole weekly, all the this whole structure over here, and then go higher. Plus, on top of that, the alt's gonna pop as well with it. So that's what you are aiming for. That's why I say Bitcoin can retrace. That's all fine, and then ETH start to pick up together with Solana and Hype, and the rest of the alts will go with it. That means we start to decouple. But yeah, I'm kind of aiming for, and we obviously we need to start to think as well about Bitcoin, that the day that will come, that it's gonna turn around on you, and it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we are due to do that as well, right? We did already quite well in this whole market. So from the bottom to the top, we already did almost 700%, right? So technically, it's been a nice run so far. Right? Makes sense, I guess. And obviously, it's not that we're gonna go straight to the bear market, but we still can do something like this, right? Play around, bigger retracement, one more failure, come back. And there it is. That's kind of what I'm looking out for. And so far, it's going to be as well like a point of interesting to see how the liquidity is going to be built from the next week to the upside. If they start build up 100 X's over here in this area, then that means they are still interested to go higher. If that's not going to happening and it's all of this going to be still more filled, then obviously the downside is going to be more appealing, right? It's all about the perspective, because yeah, we still can push higher, but is there anything more to grab? Not much. I mean, yeah, this is still a little bit juicy, but if that's going to be like interesting, no, not that. We still can wick maybe into it and then fail. We can do some nasty things like go into that, come back, close somewhere over here, and then have a bigger failure. Yeah, it's all possible. And then without even retest, go lower. But that's just like my perspective view of it, because still we are holding quite nicely on the order books and on the band. So either way, we're gonna come higher. There is something to go for. So that's already a sign that, yeah, we might have a retest of it and then bounce or even go sideways. If we start doing this, right, that's even better, because then the art's gonna start really go ballistic. That's fine. And then it starts, and then do that one wick up and then close, failure, and whatever in a couple years. That's even better, right? I don't mind that at all. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting, definitely on Bitcoin. So far, either way, on daily, we are getting overheated as well. Reversal, we had that. So you saw that daily close, that was nasty. Second day as well, it was quite shitty, but we're still holding the previous low. And now we have first little bullish close. That was a little bit independent as well, but okay. And right now we're gonna see on this one which way we're gonna go. If we're gonna come close to weekly and close then, that's fine. That's gonna be as well bullish also on the daily, but it's gonna be a shitty close on the weekly. So either way, Bitcoin need to do some movements, or let's see how today is gonna play out, and tomorrow as well, because then it's gonna be market open, and how the first day of the weekend's gonna be impacting the whole movement of it, right? So that's gonna be interesting, definitely, for me to watch out for. And yeah, 12 hours, a little bit cooled off. So still in the positive cash flow with outflow already in. So people are taking some profits. That's fine, but still continuation it is. And right now for Bitcoin, like bearish retest, I am aiming for 120, 22-ish area. This is my aim. I will take a short on it, no matter what, and stop loss above the wick, like always. So, or either way, we still can come close to previous daily open, because that one didn't been even retested. So it was a failure from the whole way, and we still can do that. So that would be nice if you're gonna do it before weekly open. That would be really freaking bullish, but I don't think that's gonna happening. I think we're gonna come close around this weekly open areas. So let's see. Anyhow, the key level for Bitcoin right now is flip or lose, keep losing the 119.3. That's your previous weekly high close, and that's what we seriously need to regain. So either way, we're gonna retrace all of this wick or all of this body, and close maybe in like some shitty close, but I'm still bullish. That's fine. Or we're gonna just close below it, and that's gonna be a second shitty close on weekly. So I mean open. All right. So that's all on Bitcoin, I guess. Not much to say about it. Just watch out for it. We still can go lower, of course, even August or Q3. That's going to be hardcore, but then previous weekly, right? So let's see how the next week's going to play out. Next, hype. That one was a little bit bugging me. Technically, on a daily, it's still in a positive cash flow in. So we still didn't even regain the all-time high on that one. So that's, it still can happen in 1 week or one body close above it, no matter what. I hope, because we're still holding the weekly, so that's good. We are grinding it. I didn't like this price section of suddenly that they start changing. So that was really aggressive in both ways. And they still didn't do the all-time high, so they're waiting and they're coming into the band. So eventually that's already a sign for a reversal. We start to get overheated. So in any case, we potentially we can come to Q3 on or August on high, but if we want that, then that's fine. 12 hours, same thing. We still have that pocket of liquidity, kind of same as what Bitcoin have, but we don't have that bigger pocket on that zone, but in between. So we still potentially can go lower, but it's somehow start to struggling. So I don't know what's going on with it. It's rarely that I see this kind of weird price action on it. But yeah, it still can even go a little bit lower to Q3, grab all that liquidity and do another leg up. It's still fine. Right? It didn't lose anything and it still keeps up the high time frame up. So it's all possible. Either way, if we doing this movement is a little bit extended than this, then yeah, it's possible to come retest and then do the bigger move on all-time high. So yeah, I'm seriously waiting that this is gonna start to decouple from Bitcoin. That's gonna be really good to see, and then of course we're gonna know that's gonna go even a little bit higher than the 55 or maybe 60 bucks for all-time of old season. So let's see how that's gonna play out. But so far, I don't like this kind of price action over here. It was a little bit way too weird. But okay, it is what it is. And so far, we're still doing the old higher high on it, and we didn't lose the previous low on 4 hours, so that's fine. Holding daily, it's as well good. Still can go a little bit sideways, just to start to flip into the positive cash flow on that one. And maybe you're gonna see any reversal. So that pop definitely is gonna be on the table. Definitely. I don't think they're gonna leave it like that without all-time high again and retracing all the way down. But let's see how that's gonna play out. And then one of my favorites, Injective. Been long it from that retest of the weekly already, so that's a nice position. Took already some profit, somewhere below that daily previous daily retest. Right now we had a retest, what we was failing. Let's see if we start to reverse and go for September. That's my second aim. That's going to be my second bigger TP on that one. But it's still doing good and it's still grinding it higher, right? We didn't lose any major levels on that one. So it is possible that we were going to reach yearly in the next week or whatever. So it was nice move. Really nice one. And of course, AVAX same, but a little bit slower on it. We had a higher close on that one, so that's from the previous swing, so that's good because I was worrying that that's not gonna hold. So same retest on the daily, and we might even go higher on AVAX now. So I really would like to see some bearish retest on 26 on that one. That's my next major TP position on it. Link did again ballistic moves. So that one is doesn't give a shit about anything, not even about the famous February level that it didn't even retest the whole move to the downside, and now we came literally, it just cut through it as a butter. Didn't even care about it at all. So holding that's gonna pop as fucking ballistic missile. Yeah, 29, it's on the table, and I don't think even that's gonna hold it. That's gonna be the 31. So watch for it because that's gonna do some ballistic things. Yeah, I guess this season is gonna be Link season as well. Looks by. So that one is really good. 31, and then the next retest is gonna be 33. And I want the bearish on that one, so let's take this as 40. Yeah, and then it's all-time high. Cool. Those are the levels that need to be played, need to be hold or regained. But looking by it right now, if you're gonna close the weekly above the February, it's not gonna give a shit about it. All that movement to the downside and you just regain it straight. That's strong as hell. It's rarely that you see that because all of the coins so far had a major retest and pullback from February. So far, Link, doesn't give a shit about it at all. So good for it. Really, really good. Sui, same thing. Technically, it's still going higher. Didn't lose major level of August. It's still holding. Right now, we need to regain the weekly to pop the yearly. After that, then it's gonna be the 4.7 ish level, because it's nothing that you're gonna hold it anymore, because that swing technically been already tested with this wick, and this whole swing over here been already tested as well. So there's nothing anymore till 4.7. If only we're gonna regain the weekly of yearly on that one. So great stuff. Next, Farty, a lovely Farty coin. We had a major flush of the longs, so that closed, that flush, all of the stop losses over here, and then it just regained it quite quickly back and holding it already. So far, if you start to regain any levels above it, I seriously want to go right now above Q3, and then you're gonna go higher. You're gonna grind this up. Same what they did over here. That grind position is gonna happening again. I don't think that it's gonna be doing this whole move again. I think we did it already. So technically, if topple this, and oh my god, trading view, work with me. Technically, we did something like this already, right? So we might grind it up and then go pop it. Because seriously, I'm still aiming for 2.4 on it. Higher, fine, but this is the all-time high, so that's my first step for it. Render. Nice regain of this hip, so that's fine. You're holding your previous structure, so as support, that's good. And right now you are even trading above the weekly open. That's perfect. So to be honest with you, not much gonna hold you till you're gonna reach September. This price action over here might hold you a little bit, and then if you start to pop that, then definitely February is on the table. That one still didn't regain the February level. So nice stuff on it. Lana start to have as well bigger movements. I like that, the regain of the freaking all of the Qs over here. Technically, that was perfect. So far, we had a shitty close from the previous swing. And to be honest with you, right now, if you start to hold weekly and trade up both yearly, then it's all fine, because then you aim for the February. That one as well. Didn't have the retest yet. We still aiming for to do that and see how that's gonna react on February technically. And mentioning as well the privacy coins. I was posting this, I remember or not, I don't know, in the alt section. So far, we are holding February. I thought it's gonna go a little bit lower. So far, that the first trades played out. So holding February, it goes straight to freaking previous weekly. So that's good. So we have bearish retest right now, and it seems that we're gonna regain that really quickly, because it doesn't after that push down. We still holding on that hip over here, so that's good. And March is gonna be, if you start to pop March, you start to regain this structure, then you start to do the bigger moves to the upside. So good stuff, potentially to do some bigger moves. And yeah, technically, if this is your support, you went way higher, retest, and then you're gonna do the pop, right? That's how it's gonna look like. And you're gonna aim for 521-ish area as a major level, because everything below 423 2 this been tested, so not much is gonna hold you. So that's why I'm gonna do some ballistic things, but I'm not really trustful on it, just because the moves, the wicks, and I don't like how it behaves. So I'm not trading it at all. Just saying it's potential there. You start to get quite a lot of reversals, train change, and positive cash inflow, and the bots switch quite heavily off. So they're gonna start to turn around. And already, as you see on a daily, you had really big days in positive. So let's start to pop. Risky, but if someone likes that, then by all means, go and trade it. And you have any coins that you want to look, guys? Because I went through all my shitties. Epic. You're really keen on that one, huh? That wasn't. That one is gone. Orpho. No, that one is gone. So that hold of August was keen. And it was quite obvious that's gonna be a quite a heavy retest of that one because August was a good month. So technically, what you did over here was on that retest and regain of previous weekly that was already done. That was sending it. So you regain your previous swing. Where do you go? After that, I didn't even care about it. So that's been already tested, as I've been mentioning. Right, with this old wig, this been tested, this been tested. So where do you go? Over there. So that one is already gone. Yeah, we missed the boat on that one, or people who wanted to trade it. That was the flip of the previous structure. We didn't even come lower on that one. However, it looks like it would, but it hold on August and now it's sending it. So done. Orpho. Wait, did that? Oh, and it had it as well on the daily sneaky close up of it. So there it is. This the best chart for it, or is there? I want to go to Bing X. Is there more to this, or no? I guess not. Huh? Oh, okay, fine. Mm. All right. So really good hold. Or you, so this is really nice and keen on it. You still didn't retest August on that one. Any failure from the right now, what you're doing, the retest, bearish retest on the weekly and March, if you start to fail that, you want to hold on August. And then you start to pop, right? Because that definitely is going to hold you. It was a quite strong month. And then the next major retracement and a level what you want is February. Look out for it, right? Because this is not gonna hold you anymore just because of all of those retested. So you're gonna pop it and then coming back, hold this, and then do this. That would be technically the most perfect scenario for Morpho. Because then if you start to regain your weekly, your February and your yearly, then of course that's all-time high. That's not even gonna hold you because then it's gonna pop, right? That's technically your whole grind to the upside, right? Same thing as you did to the downside. So let's make it a little bit more cleaner. Right? Technically what you're doing here, you had a failure, grind, failure, grind, failure, right? So what you're doing now, failure, grind, failure, grind, failure, and then, right? Same thing. Okay? So yeah, that's what I will aim for. Either way, start to do this, right? Coming higher, retest of this, then it's go time. If not, August, hold, and then one of those two need to happen, right? But then still, front round February, that's your TP zone, right? Because then you're gonna see something like this, right? Make sense? Hope so. Cool. Crypto Beauty, XRP, and Link. Link. I did Link, right? Not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, I didn't talk about Ring, but so far, yeah, I mean, Link, if that's gonna close above February right now, that was a quite major level because we failed that and we did all of this shenanigans and we just round bothering coming back to it. Most of the coins had a bigger rejection from it and had a pullback. So far, what I saw, Link is the first one who doesn't give a shit about it and went just straight through, right? So if that goes straight to and you're gonna close anything above February right now, then the next level is technically over here. You bearish retest on 29, but I don't think that's gonna even be bordering by. That's gonna just do the freaking higher levels, right? What I've been already played over mentioning already over here, right? Those levels on Link 33. That means the bearish retest of this swing that it didn't reach, and then the next one might be as a little stop from this bearish retest, and then you have the all-time high. So doing this already, this is freaking bullish for Link. And like I said, regaining that February that easy without even struggling for any pullback, that's a really big for me. And already you have cash flow coming in on the second candle. So yeah, that starts to get some momentums. But technically, still you have 6 hours of trading for this day to close. If you start to retrace and close anything below that February, then yes, you might come lower somewhere into this range again and then start to pick up. But still, nothing major, right? As a pullback, because we didn't freaking break anything on the high time frame. We're just regaining constantly. So positive, yes, freaking yes. I hope you are somewhere from the bottoms from it. If you are waiting for the trade, then I'm sorry, but that boat it's been already a little bit gone. If so, you will need to wait for a major retracement from any of those levels from here. So far, I will a little bit stay away or take profit. Yes, this is the area to take one, definitely. And then watch for it on the daily side, how it's gonna close. If it's gonna close above it, bullish as freak. If it's gonna close below the February, so weekly open, that means we might retrace previous weekly that's gonna be, and then we're gonna go off on it. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one actually with you as well. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, and the most painful one, XRP. Anyhow, from the all-time high, what it did, right? We still kind of aiming to hold the February. That's your August and February. Those two levels are major right now, on top of each other. You don't want them. You don't want to lose them. If you start to lose it, then technically every single thing it's been tested, and then you're gonna go to Q3. That means your previous support over here, because it's nothing in between. This whole move was good, but it's shitty because it's not gonna hold you, right? So right now, you really want to hold on February and August. That's your best level so far. Regaining weekly, what's gonna bring you? It's gonna bring you to retest the bearish retest first of this swing. If you start to regain that, then it's gonna be all-time high. So anyway, two things can happen. This, right, or this. This is what you aim for. This bullish, this is a little bit more bearish, but then to the side for the pullback and hold anything on here, on this section, right? This is technically, it feels bad to say that, but this clutter or levels for XRP, that's the most positive thing what I can say about it. The creation of this whole clutter means that's gonna hold you no matter what. It's a lot of pressure from this coming. If the price starts to come into that, that's gonna be a bounce definitely. And either way, you're gonna do this coming into it, bearish retest. That's already what? That's already 66% long, right? And then you can short the shit out of it maybe if you start to lose it anything or close anything below that. But those levels gonna hold you no matter what so far. So this is the only positive thing about it. This whole freaking support. So let's see how that's gonna play out. But so far, yeah, those are the levels to watch for, because after the failure, And that's the shitty part of it a little bit, because you had a failure, what you hold technically, and then you fucking broke that on it. So how shitty it is, it still performs as, right, as a low technically from this low. Yes, we regain that, but now we need to hold that. Because after that, if you start to fail that, this is not gonna hold you anymore. So yeah. Hope that was good enough, because I'm not doing often the XRP technically. I'm not really keen on that one at all. AI OZ? Is that the AI OZ 16 or something like that? Or is that something different? I don't fucking remember it anymore. Jesus. Oh, and we're going into the shitties again. AI coin. Yeah, I got that. Is there a better chart or like more history on it? Just let me know. It should be. Since when is it? You say a couple years ago. Yeah, I was on Maxi. This is Maxi. 2024. Because that's going to be quite important on it. About KuCoin. Don't make me do this. Holy fuck. Okay, I guess that's one, right? All right. Anyhow. Yeah, so that's going to be on KuCoin Lane. It's been a while. I've been there. Okay, so far, and yes, it's a wiki chart. No matter what, you had a big failure from your previous structure, which was technically grinding higher, but you're still holding on your support. So on your smallest and the last technically support. So that's good. And so far you had a higher low, but you didn't create a higher high. Now that's technically that's the aim for it right now. Regain 0.5. Yes, on the higher time frame, and then you go to 0.7. That's going to be the bearish retest. Most of the times when you come into that, what do you get? Right? So be aware of that one, because that structure is quite heavy. Same over here. So every single time you came into that bearish structure, you will see a pullback on it. Right? So technically, that's the aim. So far on the daily, you holding. Oh, that's a nice quadrant as well. Q. I mean, there's not much to say. Yeah, there you have it. Like even better than you can get it. Regain your Q4, right? Then you will freaking teleport to February or yearly, and that's gonna get you pullback, structure, and off in perfect scenario, right? But yeah, regain of Q4 is the main right now. Holding anything below you, yes. Q3 definitely, and then all of this freaking levels over here on top of each other stacked. November, if you regain that, then nothing's gonna hold you anymore. Why? Because after this swing you test the whole structure and every single levels on that one, and then you just really need to regain a Q4. So that's 0.45. Regain that. February next on the table. That's your TP level. Pull back, reload, and off you go. Right? Because then you definitely gonna attack this if you're gonna come close to yearly in February after that retest. And then of course next, even freaking hell, this shitty coin have really nice levels, because that this December is the bearish retest of the previous structure of it when you came from the all-time high from it. So that's gonna be your next TP, as easy as it gets, right? This and then from front run it over here. But yeah, you seriously need to regain Q4. You don't want to fail Q3. You don't want to lose that support, because the next support is going to be around 0.202 area. It's been tested, this area over here. And Q2, it's been as well tested. So hopefully you're going to regain the Q4. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, this is quite a move for it. Yeah, I see how this gets. There is nothing else in between. Definitely have an aim for Q4. Flip that, then off you go. And I mean, blindly you can even, oh, that's 45, 50-ish%. And then another one is going to be above that, December, 30-ish, and then off you go. But it holds really nice after the failure, so perfect. But you really, right now, that's how it looks like, right? So regain, higher high, come back, February, come back, off you go. Right? Sense? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Max is posting. So yeah, I guess that's the play for it. Let's have a look what it is doing. Holding. Yeah, let's see how close we're gonna get. So far, it doesn't look like it wants to, but it's gonna be fun to watch it, definitely. And interesting for the next week. And as well, technically, guys, speaking, if next week's gonna be a bullish one, we're gonna come close to this area over here, what you're gonna have highest monthly open again. So that could help us to go higher, same as August did, right? So let's say September is going to open up somewhere over here. So technically going by the same structure, right? Bearish retest, you're coming back, and then regain of that. And we still can go either way. From over here, fail, right? So all possible. But we seriously need to see some movement on it. So far, alt's been start to picking up, and some of them that had really nice run up. Either way from yesterday, but I saw the rest is still kind of waiting on the side on the large gaps and waiting for move. Oh, I like that. I like that regain. I like that retest of November. Now we're talking. Right. That's been already tested. What's next? Technically, we might see a stop over here. If not, Q4. That's if we're gonna touch Q4 and retrace, I don't mind, because then we're gonna settle a higher high on it. Perfect. Perfect as it gets. Seriously. That's nice. That's really, really nice. I did have a look on link, but I can look at yeah, that was quite a dump, right? I will have a look again on it, rep, for you in a second. So, yeah, boys. Interesting. Scary. Let's see if we're gonna get close to 0.001-ish. That'll be fun. link. Okay, for the third time, I'm gonna repeat myself. I'm gonna keep it short because I did it already. So for link, like I said, link is the first one that I ever seen coming back to February and not giving shit about it to have a pullback on it so far. It's really, really freaking bullish close. If we start to close above February and above this swing, then the next level that you are aiming for, technically coming back to 29.4, then 33.9. That's the high swing on this. 41 area, bearish retest, and then the all-time, not the all-time high, sorry, the highest swing what we came from is 53. Closing above February, closing below daily, that still can push you higher just because we had that momentum, right? Or either way, coming back, retest, and then do the flip again, right? But so far, I'm technically aiming that's gonna close above the February. Any close there, off you go. No worries, rep. It's fine. That's only because that's the freaking strongest candle right now. And like I said, it doesn't give a shit about the February. Like the rest of the coins had the pullbacks from it every single time it came to it. Why? Because that was the failure. We did the round bottom on it. We came back, retest, and then we go off. And this doesn't do it at all. Doesn't give a shit. So that's going to be freaking bullish close on Link, and that's going to send it even higher. So yeah, and already from today open is 14.7%. So yeah, good things. Good freaking things. Nice, really nice, and it holds the levels really nice as well. Even fails the levels of the weekly, but then it's holding on the structure really nice. Yep, you need to be quick on Link if you want to get on the boat. Then any pullback on it, that's you go, because that's not gonna retrace any lower at all. I don't even think it's gonna come close to yearly. Not even right now. If the weekly is gonna open, that's gonna be a previous weekly. I don't think that's might be your lowest retest if it's gonna start to do this, and then off you go right again. But Link is quite strong, and that's gonna do ballistic things, I guess. So far, looking by how it performed, this whole this year and previous year, yeah. Very nice. Key level is regain 29, and then technically the high point of the 31-ish area. Those are the key levels right now. Why? Because this is the highest point from this year. We need to regain that. Also, this year, I mean the December as well. I'm taking that in consideration because that was the end of the December, beginning of the January was here. So this structure is the highest structure from this year. We need to regain that to go either way, 33 or 41-ish. And then we're going to start to talk about 50 step by step. But this is your next target on it. And it's fucking aiming for. So yeah. Let's freaking go. Oh, look at that. Our favorite Canadian beer is here. Welcome, Stu. How are you doing? What are you doing here, actually? Not really used to that so many people are coming into my stream. Like to be low key. But yeah, Bitty, so far, we seriously need to regain 119.43-ish area. Depends on the weekly open right now. That's gonna depending as well how the next week's gonna play out. But this two sell-offs doesn't look pretty. Can we be regained? Yes, it can. Slowly, but does it need to? Not really anymore. Ah, yeah, he was talking about that. Yeah, nice. Yeah, bro, I was playing with the big toys this weekend. Oh, such a good car, man. Fucking hell. Oof. And I think, I'm not sure yet. I think I got the speed ticket for it. But hey, I don't care. I think so. I'm not sure. I mean, let's see in a couple weeks. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be. I need to do some things. You know, that's nice. I like that already. Regain of those freaking 2 dailies, then we can go higher. Nice. I like that as well. So yeah, good stuff on Hippe. Mm, like I said, 51-ish area. Take this whole freaking liquidity over here. Technically, if you're gonna do this, it will be nice. Of course, not much below us. Only below liquidity. It's like literally like around 40-ish area. Technically, we don't want to go there. But if we start to hold this and grind higher, why not? But that's going to be interesting, definitely, for the next week. Let's see. Privacy coins are starting to pick up. AVAX. Really nice. That. You like it. Now, injective need to follow as well, and then I'm going to be more than happy. Ooh. Did you pick up some cheap ass trio before it's going to die? uh, I bought some more on SMT. Let's see how that's gonna play out. It didn't reach your freaking stew, babe. So yeah, I did the opposite. I take a little bit more serious. uh, yeah, yeah, that's true. I want to see it as well, but for me, it's like I don't know, that coin that I'm keeping alive a little bit for for now. Let's see if you're gonna see any regain or something serious. Yeah. Um, this start to regain and coming back into the previous structure. That's nice. And for like most of the coins, I seriously, if that's gonna be around February, then I'm gonna be much more happier because we start to regain the whole support on it, what we was creating over here, what kept us down. And then definitely, technically, I want to see this flip, and you're gonna go higher on it. So far, I'm just buying the shit out of it as well. Let's see. I'm not even aiming to go like all-time high or whatever on that one. Oh my god, what I'm doing. Definitely not. The first aim is gonna be 0.4. And after that, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. Let's do first this. So on SMT. And I'm gonna be much more happier if that's gonna be reached. And if not, by all means, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, first major regain. Technically, what I want to see is August, and then I seriously want to see flip of 0.4. Either way, it's gonna do something like that. That's still fine. Also, you're gonna hold the structure on it. That's fine. Um, I still have a little bit on it, but I'm trying to as much as possible to get rid of it, bro. Um, fuck where. Not really keen on holding it anymore. I'm done with Grow after. So I'm technically a little bit selling on every single high when it comes. So I'm not really keen on it. I really don't care about it anymore. I don't have the card anymore on it. So wait, did I had? I had it over here. Yeah, I had it. See, as well. If that's gonna come into that one, yeah, definitely. We technically we didn't lose it, but I don't like this whole freaking sell off. Super bullish, but I don't think yeah, everyone is of everyone. Most of the team is bullish on it just because it had in previous runs had a good runs around around each one, but I don't think if that's gonna reach it anymore. Not this at all. After what they're gonna do from next year, I don't think people are that kind of. Maybe on the coin they are bullish, but they are not really bullish on their own products. So yeah, let's see if that's gonna start to regain. My next, alright, that was my first bigger TP, 0.3, then 0.5, and I don't think even it's gonna reach 0.6. But I've slid a bit, like I bought it somewhere over here when they did fucking this flush, and I still holding it. So let's see, not much, but it's something. I'm not really serious about it. Like I said, I get rid of the card, so it's not really used. Oh, what is this fucking penguin doing, by the way? Still holding. Nice hold of this structure. But it starts to fail it as well. So lower lows. And sorry, pardon. It still can do this, right? If someone is favoring the pattern. But let's see. So now, are you serious about it or not? Hmm. You don't have it. Ah, okay. Uh, yeah, most like people from back, like from previous cycle and cycle that previous before that, they've been quite keen on it, and they had some, or they still have, just because it performed quite good, and they had really good service with the cards, what I seriously liked. And it's fucked up, and it's sad what they're gonna do from the next year, because that's like for most of the people in Europe, they're gonna get rid of the card. Most of the people are already apply for closing the accounts and everything, what I know around me. But I mean, for MDX, that might be not the issue, whatever, or what he's thinking. I don't know. I didn't speak with him like for months already, so I don't know what he's thinking about it. But so far, I'm not that bullish anymore on the token, and definitely not gonna buy the card anymore from him. So to use the card, yeah. But that's why I said like that card is not used for me anymore. About when MDX first talked about it. When did he talk about that one in first? I don't remember. When was the first time you talk about it? I seriously don't remember. See ya, buddy. Have a good one. Oh, 2020. Oh no, we didn't even been here when he was talking about. But then, yeah, that seems right. That was a good time for Crow, and it was a perfect time because that was the area around that they like upgraded the card, I guess. So that was really perfect for them. And since then, yeah, it was good. But from the next year, that's gonna be not really like use case in AU anymore. So yeah. And yes, you can still play around with different ways of regaining the card and not being like into the government sea or whatever if you do not care about that. But I'm done with it. If they start to change the policy like that heavy, then sorry, that's project for me then. And to be honest with you, there are as well other ways to get the better cards maybe, or profits from it and that kind of stuff. But On Crow left, nah, I'm not really that keen. And like I said, I'm not really thinking that it's gonna reach $1 anymore, or it didn't reach, but close to $1. Why? Because all that bullshit what's gonna come from the next year. But yeah, still can do definitely something like this, right? And then bearish retest, fail, and then maybe grind, do something like that, right? It's still possible, yeah. I don't say it doesn't not gonna do a bigger moves. It's still, but if it's gonna reach one, I'm not sure. Can be. No access in Canada. Really, Bluetooth card, but are they not? And what about Bluetooth? I need to Google it. That remember which one it was. Oh, that one. Yeah, I didn't dive in that one. And what about this? Um, where is it? Is it? Ah, and what about this one then? Can you access that one? No, I don't have that one. No, I don't have that one. I have different ones. But that's could be as well different in because I'm from Europe, so for us it's a little bit different than what you having and vice versa, right? Maybe that one's gonna work for you. And ByBit, can you access ByBit? Because I'm using ByBit card as well. Not as my main, but for fun as well. But yeah, I know it is, but I don't use that one. There are so many for us to take advantage from. So like, and I'm kind of interested in the BitGet one as well. They are cooking on it, so let's see what they're gonna pull out from. Because my main account is technically on BitGet, so I'm seriously interested in that one. And I have which one was it? I don't know. Um, hmm, no, anyhow. But yeah, no. This for uh, yeah, I'm way. I'm. I want to avoid KuCoin. I had really bad experience back in the days with it, so I'm avoiding all those scammy exchanges as KuCoin and Kraken. That's the biggest one, fucked up exchange over here. So no, thank you. The only thing what I'm stick with it is BitGet, BloFin, Hyperliquid, and unfortunately I need to with Maxi do some things on it, but that's the only thing what I'm doing, and I know it's sketchy, but it is what it is. Yeah, look at Tangem. I didn't have a look on that one yet. Like I said, like I was saving that, but I still didn't even read about it, so I'm not sure. But it sounds and what people are telling me around that it's gonna be a upcoming new Crow card, but I'm not sure about that. But let's see what they're gonna pull out. Is it already in circulation or is still applying for it? Uh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Guess I need to get ByBit. But yeah, I mean, just read first about the ByBit card if that's gonna be like something for you. I just like it because it has similarities to Crow card, not of course the same, but same with the you get the money back of the fees back or money back for subscriptions and all that stuff. And yes, so that was nice to get all my like subscriptions what I pay for over there. So that's always good to have. And yeah, it's really fun because it's super quick to send the money to the card, and you just spend the fucking crypto what you buy and what you have what you trade with. So yeah, that's definitely better than Trezor. Yeah, yeah, but the card's not out yet. Ah, see. Yeah, that's why I say like I don't think it's out or not because over here I can pre-order and it says delivery 1 or 2 days in Holland. So I need to read about it. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that could be something to dive into it. They building and they cooking and they are quite steady with it, so I like that. And I didn't hear anything bad about it yet, so that might be a good thing, I guess. But interesting, and there are plenty. If you look up the crypto cards, there are plenty to choose from. I have even like 3, and I use only 1, maybe 2. So it's up to what you want, what you're looking for. But like I said, crypto.com had really bad. It's gonna have a bad situation from the next year. Yeah, I know they are from the hard wallet. They extend that as well. Yeah, slowly to get Visa type cards soon. Yeah, but that's gonna be interesting, definitely. Maybe what you can do as well, ask in the general chat over here or in the crypto news one. Ask people what they use from different kind of states or different kind of world sessions. Like we have some Canadians over here, definitely. I know that Stu is using crypto cards still, but for us it's a little bit different over here in Europe. Yeah, I know that he's using crypto card, pro card. Yeah. Oh, really? Cool. So you're neighbors with him. That's cool. Neighbors, definitely like close by. It's like 100 kilometers or something like that, or whatever you measure there. Like over 100 kilometers. Yeah, everything is close by in Canada. Yeah. A day drive is close, right? Yeah, exactly. Like 4 6 hours. Yeah, shit. 6 hours. I'm gonna be on the end of my country on another end in 6 hours drive. So yeah. I drove Friday 3.5 hours and along the or like a beach side, and in 2 hours we've been already in Belgium. Not even 2 hours, and you've been already in Belgium. So yeah, small freaking country. 14 hours. What? Jesus, no way. 30 hours. If I'm gonna drive 31 in straight line, I'm gonna go through 3, almost 4 countries. Depends in which way you drive. Holy fuck. 13 hours. Yeah, that's that's next level. That's the difference between Europe, I guess. Yeah, but are you driving like that, or you just take? Isn't it like quicker to take a plane? 38 hours. Voilà. No, fuck. That's crazy. That's like seriously going to the another side of Europe over here. Something changing? Point. I don't think there's much changing right now. No, much coming in quad bits. Yeah, it is crazy comparing Canada to us. Yeah, yeah, I know. But most of like Canada is like in the south, right? Like compacting together. It's still far away from each other, but it's like everything's over there, and then, like the top, it's like woods and snow, whatever. Not really livable, right? It's fun. 38 hours. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you something. Okay, so this is this is Europe. I'm over here, somewhere in the middle, right? Take away. For me, let's say 8 hours drive for me, right? In straight line, because I'm from Poland, so I'm living over here. I have family over here in Poland. So from here in Holland, driving 8 hours gonna take me technically over here, right? So another 8 hours gonna take me to the end of Poland, right? And then let's say, yeah, you're gonna be somewhere Russia and of the Ukraine in 38 hours drive. That's in straight line, right? Somewhere over here. So, and if you're gonna go lower, then uh, that's technically a little bit lower. That's 10-hour drive is Austria. Yeah, you might get into Greece. Depends. 38 hours. Yeah, it could be in straight line. So, or you're gonna drove through whole Italy, and then definitely you will need to swim over to Greece, or you're gonna drive the whole way to the downside, and you're gonna be somewhere on the islands on the Greece. 38 hours, I guess. But that's in straight line, right? That's never gonna happen. In like, if you're gonna normally drive to all of the mountains and everything, then it's gonna be like half somewhere over here. It's gonna take you. Yeah. There. This shit show over here. But unfortunately, like you see, I'm living in the fucking almost smallest country. Third smallest, because Luxembourg is the smallest one. Then you have this in Litau and Poland. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna drove through all the freaking Europe. Yeah, in 38 hours. And I guess because we drove, you're gonna be somewhere on the end of Spain as well, in straight line, right? If you're gonna drove normally, then it's gonna be somewhere in Spain, because technically you do like 2 days over. 5. But yeah, just because there are a lot of mountains on the way and weird ways and not really like a long highway, you're gonna be somewhere over here. It all depends which way direction you go. But yeah, this is already 10 for me over here. from here to here. Mhm. Yep, that's how we roll here. But to be honest with you, sorry, to be honest with you, the the thing is, I mean, I do this like 10-hour drive just because I'm always going to my family. So I take a lot of stuff with me and whatever, and full family and from my country. So yeah, I'm driving it. That's quick for me. But most of this we're doing by plane. It's quicker and easier. So it's gonna be like even from here to Greece, from us to Greece, it's like a couple hours flying. Even I can fly in under 1 hour to Poland. So that's the difference. Yeah, over here definitely. Each country have its own big airports. So yeah, and the connections over here are freaking awesome with the plane. Like it's. I didn't see like connection that was like really shitty or something. Like it wasn't possible in Europe to get. What's that, Eagle? That's you.
I can't talk right now. Hot guy shit.
Hot guy shit. What's that? What's surfing on? Is that a? Oh, I seriously thought it was like a low motor or something. Dog sleigh, yeah. Why dogs? Yeah, exactly. Like it looks weird, but it's attached to something, so it thinks it doesn't have its own engine. It's like dragging. Looks fun. That's something new from Norway or something. Yes, sounds like. Oh, guys, if you didn't realize, Max is posting a lot of shit in general chat. So, Jesus. FYI, didn't realize that yet. Fucking. Okay. Mm, okay, let's. We went a little bit off the topic, but it was fun. Yeah, so still holding technically the daily open over here. That's fine, but we seriously need to regain the 119 to go higher or to have positive weekly open. If not, the weekly is gonna be shitty. So yeah, depends. Still, anyway, shitty weekly open. We still can wick into the retest area, bearish retest of this position, and then go lower or positive. If not, we're gonna regain our high and then continuation of this. But so far, we might even do a bigger sideways move and then fall off the cliff or do the wick in to the bigger liquidity above us and then just wick everything out and then just drop like hot. So let's see. All depends about the daily close, weekly open, and how the next week's gonna carry on. Just because there is not really like much information or numbers coming in, and that's not gonna be till I guess September. So let's see how we're gonna carry on till the next week. So far, looks okay. Looks a bit sideways, but technically alts are playing out a little bit better, and they doing some nice moves. So if you don't trade larger caps, then try alts and vice versa. So yeah, so far so good. Thank you very much. I will see you Wednesday, and yeah, keep up trading. See you on the flip side. Later.